Hello and welcome to today's first 11 plus tutorial on shuffled sentences from Master Moose. I will talk through 4 examples to help you learn how to approach questions on shuffled sentences for verbal reasoning papers. What are shuffled sentences? Shuffled sentences are sentences that have been jumbled up so that the words are in the wrong order. You have to rearrange the sentence so that it makes sense, and often you need to identify an extra word that doesn't make sense in the sentence. I'm going to talk through some methods to help you identify the extra word. Start with a short sentence that is not jumbled. My cat eats green grass. What is the subject of the sentence? The person, the place, or the thing that is doing or being something in the sentence. Usually, we find the subject towards the beginning of the sentence. In this sentence, cat is the subject. What is the object of the sentence? The person or thing that does not carry out any action. Usually we find the object towards the end of the sentence. Grass is the object in this sentence. Work out what the verb or verbs are. Eats is the verb, the doing word. Work out what tense is being used. Eats is in the present tense. Is there an adverb to go with the verb? Not in this sentence. Is there a noun? Grass and cat are both nouns. Adjectives to describe the noun. Green is the adjective as it describes the grass. You don't need to think about all of these for every sentence all of the time because it will take too long. Also consider whether there are pairs of words that you know tend to go together. Let's look at a jumbled sentence and talk through these ideas. 50 sold the sausages shopkeeper. What is the subject of the sentence? This can really only be the shopkeeper. What is the object? This can really only be sausages. What is the verb? Sold is the verb. It's in the past tense. Is there an adverb? No. The nouns seem to be the sausages and the shopkeeper. Adjectives, probably 50. Who or what does sold apply to? The shopkeeper must have sold something, so we have shopkeeper sold. What could the shopkeeper have sold? It must be sausages. So now we have shopkeeper sold sausages. We can't start a sentence with shopkeeper, so the must go at the beginning. The shopkeeper sold sausages. The only word left is 50. It must describe the sausages. It's the adjective to describe the noun sausages. The shopkeeper sold 50 sausages. Now let's look at a longer sentence. Are to next holiday to hope in Canada summer go we on. Firstly, what is the verb? Hoping and go are the verbs. Who is doing the hoping? We are. We are hoping. What are we hoping to do? Hoping is usually going to have another verb after it. The other verb is go. We are hoping to go. Where are we hoping to go? There is only one place mentioned, Canada. So we have to Canada. We are hoping to go on holiday to Canada next summer. Or we're hoping to go to Canada on holiday next summer. Or next summer we are hoping to go to Canada on holiday. When we come to identifying an extra word that shouldn't be in the sentence, the word will be incorrect with all ways of writing the sentence. So don't worry. Any of these 3 could be correct here. So far we have rearranged sentences. So now let's find the extra word in a jumbled sentence that doesn't make sense when the sentence is rearranged. Hot play, I day tennis like racket 2 on. Tennis jumps out as a noun. There are 2 words that look like they could go with tennis. Which verb goes with tennis? Play. So we have play tennis. Or maybe we have the noun tennis racket. We can see quickly that we can't have both play tennis and tennis racket. Looking at the other words, there are no words that seem to make sense to go with tennis racket. There are no adjectives to describe the racket. There are no prepositions like the word with to link the racket to the verb play. There is another verb, like. Who likes? I like. I like to play tennis. Hot describes the day, so we have hot day. I like to play tennis on a hot day. So the extra word is racket. It does not fit in the rearranged sentence. Finally, some other tips. Verbs in different tenses can be a clue. One of these verbs is likely to be the extra word. For example, eaten and eating. Opposite words. One of these could be the odd one out, e.g. day or night. Does the sentence make sense, even if it is grammatically correct? If not, you've probably rearranged it incorrectly. If there is a choice between the sky was dark and eerie at night and the sky was sunny and eerie at night, the first one makes sense, even if both are grammatically correct. Try different approaches. Nouns and verbs, subject and object. Try the elimination in words that go together approach. Practice will help you identify which method to use when. Thank you for listening today. I hope this tutorial has been helpful. Look out for further tutorials for Master Moose or visit our website www.mastermoose.com.